Hello, boys and girls. Hope you all had a happy new year and a Merry Christmas. Keep in mind I'm filming this on December 27th. I had to wait till family got away, but today's lecture is going to be on Hopper's Nuketown ranging, distancing, and theories behind my placement and positioning. So those of you who decide that you want to be snipers, not just on Nuketown at Hoppers, but other fields, we can teach you a little lesson, a thing or two about thinking and what to think as far as airsoft is concerned, and landing shots, locking down lanes, and other things of that matter. Excuse me. Anyway, on to it. Now here, you see this marker right here? That right there is typically one of my favorite spots. This here basically covers this whole lane, and you get a pretty good distance here out on these shots right here. Your 100-foot mark basically is the red building right there. So everybody in the red building is right at 100 feet. I have had one instance where a gentleman come down off of this little ramp here and over to here, but I hit him before the 100 feet. And yeah, I've had some long shots, a lot of them right next to the house, right around 200 feet, depending on where they are in relation to the house. And then this thing right here where a lot of people like to hide behind, that's roughly like 235 feet. With a well put together gun and your ability to understand your rifle, you can pretty much lock down this entire left side. Now, granted, when we play, we have a lot of other people coming up, climbing up, but you can single-handedly lock down this side. I have done it many times where I've sat here and I've had to move up into this building here because there's nobody coming over on this side. This is a pivotal area because a lot of people like to get to this red building. A lot of people like to get to this red building to kind of hold down this house here, and you've got a good little view of the entire side over here from this red building. So if you can prevent people from getting there, from sniping right here, that makes a huge difference in the gameplay. It kind of can get boring because if the people aren't talented enough or don't know how to like flood this area with BBs, yeah, there's just nobody going to be coming over this direction. All right. And I absolutely love this spot because I can even reach up into this building right here. Excuse me. But I rarely see anybody up in this side of the building in this corner. They're usually hiding behind this door right here in the middle part. All right. Next spot. My side window over here. Okay. I like to get this 100-foot out so I can show you where 100 feet is. Right behind this truck. And I know what y'all are thinking. Hey, dude, we've seen you shoot shorter. Yes, I have. I just have not had the time to do this in a manner where I'd be able to be effective at utilizing this here to find out where 100 feet is precisely. So those of you watching from that window, 100 feet is the back end of this truck. So if you're sniping, myself included, and I'll work on this, get better at it, but this 100-foot is the back end of 100-foot. If they're in here, you should not be shooting. If they're right here, that's 40 feet. All the way up. And if they're on the back end of the bus, they're good. What is effective about the spot here? Instead of me complaining about me not properly going to the 100-foot range. You get a lot of guys who come around in this area right here. And this is more effective as if you have a DMR that's pretty rocking out of this window, or a really well put together AEG. You can ensure that the guys who like to climb up this area here and sneak up this area don't get up that area. That's basically what it is. I don't know if you can see over here, but lining up your gun to get a good shot over here, I don't know if that's possible or not. But if you're looking to mitigate this area right here, most people aren't paying attention to this window. The good ones will, but most people don't pay attention to this window. So as they're coming down this way, you can pretty much knock them out easy in this area right here. So probably a better spot for an AEG or a DMR, not really a sniper rifle, because again, he has to be on the opposite side of the Bronco here to be able to do anything useful with that. Moving on to my next spot. Excuse me. Right behind the door. Okay. This here doesn't give you very many shots because the bus here, you might get a shot up into here, but anything like, I think it's between here and here, you're not getting any shots off. You're not getting any shots off behind this bus. You might get some shots out over here. Highly unlikely because of the way the window's situated here. But you do have a really good shot at this marker right here, right, roughly 200 feet. Roughly 200 feet right here. That's basically what it's good for. Plus, you'll see other guys. But again, 100 foot is right at the bus, right at the back end of the Bronco. Again, you see me take shots. I'll work on it. But just to show you where this is, and you can see the 100 foot mark right there. All the way around. Red house is still in bounds. But anything in front of the bus, not good. Okay, I just messed that up. But anyway, I have hit people in this zone here. Depending on where they are in this area, you don't want to spawn camp, so I try to make sure that they're a little bit farther out. But if they have their guns up and they are shooting, they are fair game. I don't care if they're right next to the spawn point. They are shooting somebody from their spawn point, they are fair game. These guys here are probably your most likely targets from the spot, but I have hit other people. Okay, where are we going here? Okay. God damn it. Play measurement. All right, up a little bit closer to it. You've got the little barrier in between the two windows where you can shoot out at. Now your distances are a little bit farther. Okay, this whole area right here is primarily what that's for. Coming up this close, again, a little bit closer, a little bit more stable shot here, and then possibly maybe more shots there. But more often than not, it is the people who like to sneak up into this area right here to snipe down over here, so that these people, you can get a hold of them. Because again, once they hit this corner right here, they're right at 100 feet. So if they move past this, you're pulling out your handgun, or you should be. On this other side, the car here and the red building are a bit closer. If they're at the end here, you can take a shot. If they're behind this car here, you can. You can definitely, if they're behind this car here, you can definitely take a shot. But if they're anywhere closer, you're within 100 feet and you need to be shooting with your handgun. And that's it for that side. Coming over to not my favorite side, the other side. Let's start with this here. This is a bad spot. Because everybody I know who can shoot in range, you theoretically you should have very similar. The problem is this truck kind of screws everything up. The house and the truck and everything, you might get a shot in here, but I don't know that. I typically don't see anything over here. You might be able to hit him, but he can also hit you as well if he's over there. Red building, you know, right at 100 feet, so you can lay down some cover with the red building, but they can also range you and whatnot. All right. Going to here. Again, 100 feet, right at the Bronco from this spot here. Right at the Bronco, right at the corner here, right at the Bronco. This is good for people who want to come use this lane right over here. You'll see me running back and forth in my videos between the mid spot of this building here and then this right here. It's because I'm chasing people. The way this thing is angled, you can probably get right up in here. I've hit a couple shots over in this area right here by the spawn point. 200 foot shots. Yeah, that corner in the Bronco. So this is a really good shot as far as angling to keep down anybody coming down this lane right here. They like to pop and whatnot, so you utilize that at your discretion. All right, one of the main contenders for the green side of things You've got a bit more range here. But based on how the windows were formatted, this right here is probably as far to the right as you're going to be able to aim. Sometimes people like to hide behind this here and get a shot off or two. But primarily, you're going to be making shots at the second floor of this house and the door of this house, which are the only things that are visible from this building here, from this point, from the middle point, hiding behind the door, using the door as cover. The truck obfuscates, if that's the right word. It blocks basically the bottom half of the front door to this building. So you're not going to be, you can make shots in there all day, but they're all going to be upper body shots. It's a very similar situation with the second floor here because of the windows and how they're shaped. If they're paying attention to you, you're not getting off very many shots. If they're paying attention to other people, you could potentially get kills. It's a good way to keep track of just this flank right here. This flank right here. All right. Now, unfortunately, in between this window, the only thing that you're going to be shooting is maybe farther out here in the sides, a little bit up here, the second floor, and then maybe this guy back here if you can get him locked on good enough. But you see where the 100-foot mark is right on the other side of the red building. So if yellow team, or team that spawns over here, gets to the red building, you, as a sniper, you can't shoot him. And same with all the way over here on this side, but you're much better angled from back over here to hit them right in there. All right, boys and girls. Next spot is right here. It gives you a decent flow of this air, this ranging right here, because you can aim it depending on how you're looking. You can get both windows, possibly this window over here if you're aiming right. I know Wyatt was fucking tagging people all over this building and all over here when he was sniping from over here. But you have the low ground. Just keep in mind, over here you have the low ground for the sniper. The people shooting out of this building here, you have the low ground. You have to aim extra high. They don't have to work as hard to aim. You can get some nice kills over here. This is going to block your way a lot, so anything on this side or that side of that van or the Bronco might be a little hard to see behind. Especially with these fences. If they're standing up, you can hit them, but if they're kneeling down, sure, you can stand up, but you're making yourself a bigger target. Most people are kneeling behind this. So these here, basically from this here behind the Bronco to this here behind that side of that fence, it's going to be hard to see people. But if they're standing up and they're moving around in this area, it's pretty good. One of the more recent spots that I found behind this wood pile, there's a hole in here that allows you to pretty much be a cheap ass and shoot. Unfortunately, because of the truck being right there, the bus, I mean, you have right from right there to roughly there. That is a nice little window, unless you're shooting into the second floor of this house here from this here, which you can make those shots. But you're basically, got the small window, but it's available for you to shoot. Unless they cover the hole up, unless hoppers cover the hole up. This is a really nice spot. I've only used it once because I like having more of a variety of hitting targets. But this is a good lane to shoot. This is a good lane to shoot from. They'll say that you have to marksman through the hole, but just back your gun up a little bit and just shoot through it. It might mess your window up a little bit, but it's actually a decent spot for this little small little window right here. Alright, boys and girls, that's all I have for today. Any other questions that you might have, ask me at the field or comment in the comment description, Jesus, in the comment section below. And if you think I'm fucking retarded, please let me know. I think I am, but that's neither here nor there. Alright, boys and girls, Red Nav DMR, signing out.